So what you're telling me is that we're going to buy this mansion, we're going to convert this mansion, there might be a presence here of evil, but don't worry, we'll get out of this alive, I tell you. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris. Thanks for stopping by and watching my review for The Evil. The year is 1978 when this film came out. I did pick up the Scream Factory release of The Evil, and basically a set of psychologists set out to buy an old mansion to restore it to its former glory. You know it's not gonna be great, right? You know there's ghosts, right? There's an evil. The name, it's called The Evil, Witness the Awakening. So let's get that over there. Overall, this is a very 70s movie in the hair, in the beards, man. We got some Amityville horror going on with our main character. I was like, is that the same dude? I know it's not, obviously, but the styling is the same. And we got ghosts here. We got evil here. There's literally a trap door in the basement. And I was like, is this the gate, but in a house? Very similar, obviously, to the gate. You know, there's a presence in there that accidentally gets let out, and one by one, our people are being cut off, literally and figuratively, from the world and their lives. So I actually enjoyed this movie. It's weird, very corny. Literally from the minute the woman walks in, she sees a ghost walk by her, and I was like, okay, this is what we're in for here. We're just literally gonna show ghosts in this opaque white styling that ghosts are typically depicted in. And, you know, but I will say there's actually some kind of brutal kills in this movie. You don't see, obviously, a lot of it, but in the beginning, our maintenance guy kind of goes to the basement trying to get a furnace and basically just catches on fire and burns to death. And he's left in like this dumbbell thing that they later find. So some pretty gnarly stuff. One guy is like hanging from an electrical wire and gets electrocuted. We have two electrocutions in here, so we had to use that twice. Him and another girl get electrocuted later on in the film. They're all fun, but there is obviously a serious tone because they are all psychologists, so there's this level of they really don't want to believe it is the evil, but our main character is like, no, it's got to be. She's the one who's getting these visions of these characters, and they accidentally open this gate. He goes down to the basement and basically takes this big cross thing out, and it turns out that it was holding an evil. Basically, a dude in the basement with some fog and, you know, a big white beard is causing all of these problems. No, seriously, he's obviously a demon of some sort, but it just turns out at the end that it's just basically a dude in a chair in a white room with fog, and I was like, okay, that's what this led up to. This whole movie led to us with a big dude in a chair kind of being like, I'm a demon, and that's basically it. So overall, I think it's a fun movie. I don't think it's going to like knock your socks off or anything. Very typical of the 70s, and the movie just basically revolves around them hearing stuff, going to investigate, and getting dispatched. You know, we have a rabid dog in here. There's just a lot of different types of kills and types of little hauntings that we've got going on here that end up with them trying to figure out what the evil is and how they stop it. They refer back to this diary that she found earlier on, and then it catches on fire and they can't do with it. And then the spirit comes to her and basically gets absorbed into her body at one point and basically kind of tells our main character what is happening and what he needs to do, and basically that he let this presence out of the basement and he's got to close it at any cost. There is also another great scene, I will say. I know this review is kind of all over the place, but you're used to that by now, right? Anyway, there's a guy who eventually does escape. The other girl that gets electrocuted, you know, she came with him. He's also a student of our main character and is a psychologist on his own and teaches his own class. And so he is trying to get out. He's trying to escape this building, and he finally does break through the window. This is actually a pretty cool shot. He breaks through the window, gets out, goes to this like very like demonic statue that they've got in the front of the house, and that should have been your first red flag. When you see this statue, got demon all curled over, you should get the fuck out of that house. It's probably not going to be good. You know, I'm just saying, it's probably not going to be a good time when there's literally a demon in your front yard. There's probably a demon underneath or in the house or everywhere or anywhere. I don't know, man. That would be a red flag for me. If I showed up at my new place here and there was a demon in the front yard, I don't know that I'd be moving in. I think I would rethink my decision here. But anyway, he runs out into the grass and basically gets sucked in. It's pretty cool. It's like, obviously it's like mud and stuff. He gets sucked into the ground and basically just dies. And then the window that was shattered kind of comes back together. So it's a cool, obviously it's a reverse shot, and so it's a cool shot of basically this house repairing itself after that, so any more can't get out. So it's an illusion of escape, and then they are right back where they started. But they go down, our last couple goes down, our two main characters go down into the basement to confront the evil. And like I said earlier, it's just a dude with a white beard in a big room with a bunch of fog. He's throwing wind at them, and he's basically, in their mind, this is a budgetary thing, I think. So they didn't have to show anything. The guy was like, basically, I'm just going to torment your mind here. You know, I'm gonna show you things in your mind, but you as a viewer are not going to see them. You're just going to have to imagine what's happening. There's some demon stuff going up in his noggin. You just can't see it, but it is happening to him. And eventually, girlfriend does come and stab the dude with the cross thing, and like he's like, ah, you know, a bunch of stuff happens. They run out. They finally escape. They see the little ghost guy that helped them in the beginning, who was the one who initially sealed away the evil and was basically kind of pissed. He's like, guys, I did all this. I sacrificed all these things, and you just let it out because you wanted to. You just, you know, fucking around in the basement. You let shit out. You know, that's not cool, man. That's not cool. Get out of my property. Get out of here. So they get in the car. They leave. That's the end of our movie. That's the evil, you know. It's a fun, weird little movie. I did like it a little bit. There's a bunch of like weird kills. It is a little slower, but that was the style then. So, you know, if you're in the mood for about an hour and a half of a movie that's a little bit fun, a little bit goofy, very 70s, then I think you might enjoy The Evil. So give it a watch. Let me know down below what you thought of The Evil. If you've seen it, if you haven't seen it and you do watch it, let me know what you think of it. But that's pretty much all I've got. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to link some videos for you at the end as always. If you like what I do here, consider becoming part of the collective here with all of us, where we cover weird, obscure horror movies and movies that are often left undiscussed. So I want to bring them to the forefront here. So that's what we do here. So if you want to join us and we'll have a good time. That's all I've got. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll talk to you guys in my next review.